Alright, so as you can see, we're at 45,292 miles on the odometer. We're going to be getting new tires today. Here is what the current tread looks like. This one actually has a little bit. It handled actually really well on my last road trip not too long ago, early July. We even had some rain. It handled really well, but the rear ones you can see are some areas the tread's almost completely gone. We're going to replace all four. Here you can see it's like bald, almost completely bald there, almost to where you can't even see the line. This one you can't even really see the line anymore where the tread is. So that's the driver's side. But yeah, 45,000 miles is a lot to put on these. These are supposedly all-terrain tires. I didn't off-road them or anything, mostly road driving, lots of road trips, so probably more than half of the mileage is long road trips, so not much city driving with lots of turns to wear the tires down. That's why it kind of lasted that long. My replacement tires, they have a 70,000 mile warranty, and you guys will see those in a bit, but here you go. This is what it cost. Alright, and yeah, they have a 70,000 mile warranty, so we'll see how long those tires last. It's usually not going to last the full warranty, and then you prorate your next replacement ones. I was like, should I just leave these on and drive on it because it's summer, it's not going to rain here until like September. So I don't know, but anyways, we'll replace it just to be extra safe. And you never know, you hit like some dirt patch or something and it'll be more slippery because it's so flat. So anyways, yeah. Alright, we'll get the replacement tires and then I'll see you guys. We'll see if the efficiency changes or not. Hopefully better efficiency because it's more road oriented tires. We'll find out. Alright, so I had them update the current mileage because now I had more miles on the original tires. That way when I have to bring it in for a warranty or anything, it'll have the accurate starting mileage of when I had them replaced. Alright, it's in its bay. They were honking for some reason a whole bunch of times. They're like, get out of the way, get out of the way. There are the giant new tires. I can't see what I'm recording, but there they are. Now my truck has no wheels on it. My tire pressure is very low, it's telling me. The app told me that my front tire pressure is really low because that's going on right now. Wow, they put a lot of trust into those jacks there, holding up the entire truck with just those four. I wonder what happens if the truck falls down without the wheels on. How would you lift it back up? Because it'll be so low to the ground. Can't see, but there's my car with the tire. Okay, I want to see, are the tires going to squeal? I'm going to do a hard right. Ooh, they're quiet. They're quiet. I'm going to do a video real quick. Alright, they pumped them up to 50. I'm probably going to raise them all to around 55 or so because that's what my other tires were at before. So we'll see. Alright, and what else? Let's go ahead and take a look at the tread. We're going to raise this up so we can look at it. Alright. Alright, so this is what the new tires look like. The Michelin Defender LTX Platinums. Okay, there you go. Oops, I didn't know I left one of those on. My bad. They put it back on for me. Alright, so here's the first design. I think that looks good. Here's the other design. Not bad. Let me see if I show both at the same time. I don't know which to pick. And then here's the original Tesla Center one. That actually looks good. And then that wheel cover. Maybe I'll just put these back. Not bad. Okay. There we go. That's what they all look like. Alright, I made my decision. Back to the original wheel covers. I think it looks good. Alright, see you guys later. Alright, here we go. I need to turn off the AC so you can hear the sound. Okay. They turn way smoother. At least I feel they do. Let's see here. We gotta turn left. I'll be back when we can actually move. Alright, here we go. I'm not flooring it yet, so I don't know. I'll give it a little time before I do that. So far, yeah, they're pretty quiet. Okay, maybe I can do the test here. Does this red light even work? It's going. Oh no, I can't do the test here. I gotta merge. Okay, well, let's hear the noise, I guess. Yeah, pretty much about the same. Actually, is it quieter now? I don't know. Now I don't know if it's in my head or what's going on. Yeah, the sound noise, at least from the tires, it's pretty quiet. It's nice. Right now, the feeling, I don't know if it's because I didn't have a side-by-side comparison. It feels like the acceleration is lower. It's most likely because now they're bigger, heavier, full tires instead of the worn down ones with and then completely flat grip on dry road. So yeah, most likely the other ones had an advantage for the acceleration. Here's a close-up, more close-up view of the tread. You can see in there, see that? It's a hole. Interesting. Alright, I have 2.3 miles to get to my destination. I'm going to do a slow drive test. You can see I somewhat slowed down towards the end. I got 360 watt-hours per mile. So let's see what happens if I purposely only drive efficiently. Alright, I'm practically at my destination, and I was able to get 276.8 watt-hours. So yeah, not bad for driving. I had to drive really efficient though. I don't know, there's also a lot of wind. I'm not 100% sure which way the wind's blowing, so I don't know if that's helping or hurting the mileage. So I guess we'll see when we go back home how the range is or the efficiency is. There you go. Sorry, I forgot I was using the wide angle lens. That's why it was blurry. But yep. Alright, let's give this a try again. Test the efficiency.
Now turn right onto Hillsdale Avenue.
Okay, I'll try and do it gentle and see if we can get a nice efficiency. So yeah, you'll just have to trust how gentle I drive. I'll see you guys when we get the watt-hours per mile. Right now you can see it's 1,950 watts.
Turn left onto.
Also, I'll put on the AC and the seat cooler. Okay. Alright, so we're at 446 right now. You see, it'll go down. Hopefully we'll get it below 350 again. Oh yeah, since we're taking the freeway back, we're going higher speeds, then I'm pretty sure we're going to get higher watt-hours per mile than 350. Alright, so as you can see, driving gentle, around 55 or so. Getting 365.1 watt-hours per mile so far. Not bad. Okay, I slowed down from the freeway, and as you can see, 339 watt-hours per mile. Why isn't it focusing? There you go. 10.8 miles. We're going to continue. Alright, so 12.1 miles later, 332.6 watt-hours per mile. Oops, I set up to precondition the battery to charge, so I forgot that increases the watt-hours per mile usage. But yeah, we'll redo the test again when I finish charging.
Now turn right onto South Abbott Avenue.
Let's try again. Everybody's coming at the same time. Alright, we'll see what we get. Alright, and this is the final result, 343.4. I'll keep an eye on the watt-hours per mile and see what we get. Alright, so now that I have the car home, let me show you a close-up of the tire all around. You have this little LTX thing there. See the pattern with the Michelin. If you want to see the writing here. Okay. Can't even read that whole thing because it's gonna go all around the tire, right? See how it bows out a bit so it makes contact with the ground. H plus S, or M plus S, right? Mud plus snow, yep. I don't know what that coating is. It has the LTX there again. Alright, so there you go. Here's what the tread looks like. I put a little water on it. Just wiped it a little bit. You can see how it has these little kind of ridges there. And the changing pattern, a slit and then like a wider one. Okay. You can see how in the tread here, those are holes. Oh, why is it all jittery now that I turned on the flash? That's weird. You can see there's like a hole in there. Is it? I don't know why when I turn the flash on. Oh, is it because it's on that? No, it's still the same. But anyways, yeah, you can see how the water would just travel through that, or mud or whatever gets in there. Okay, I don't know why the flash causes it to go weird laggy recording. There you go. And then it has like these little ridge patterns here. I don't see where the wear markers are on this tire. Where's the tread wear marker? Like, how would you know? It doesn't have the thing that tells you when the tread is too low. Oh wait, there it is. There you go. Okay, sorry for it going jittery. I don't know what's going on. My phone's weird. But yeah, there you go. Nice close look. Let me turn the tires outwards and see if I can show anything else, if there's anything on the inside. Okay, so here's a better view of the front tire after I turned it outwards. And I think it just shows the same stuff. I guess it makes sense. There's no technically front or left or right tire, right? I don't know. Does it show exactly the same? This is... I don't know. But there you go. Alright, got a good full view of the tire. If anyone was interested to see what the LTX Platinum tires look like, this is the Michelin Defender LTX Platinum on a Tesla Cybertruck. Wow, look, it's really close to that bolt there. Alright, there you go. Oh, one thing I forgot to show, since it has this little hole here, alright, the tread, how solid this is, the rubber. And then here, you can see how it can flex a bit. Right, flexes a lot more than this portion. I can't really do anything with that. Well, I mean, it does move side to side a bit. But yeah, so this helps with a lot with the grip. That's pretty cool. Interesting design. So basically, as it wears down, you'll basically have these three just grooves completely like cut out. So you'll just have like these strips on there. Alright, so that's it. See you guys later. Okay, right now there's not really much wind, as you can see. Nothing's blowing around. I did up the tire pressures. The sunlight was all on one side, so now this side's 58. I'm gonna wait till it's nighttime again and then double check the pressures to try and get them more even. Make sure they're even and not that this is probably just because the sunlight was hitting that side when I left it parked, but we'll see. Anyways, as you can see, I got 350.2 watts per mile. It was lower actually, it was like 330 something, but I guess because I sat here with the AC on it went up. So yeah, anyways, 1.7 miles, and that was going up my street, so I kind of went up in elevation a little bit. So I'll continue driving on it and we'll see. Maybe with that few extra PSI, maybe the watt hours per mile will go down a bit. Alright, with the tires more inflated, as you can see, they're really high pressure right now. I need to let out some air actually, but I'm going to wait till night so the tire pressures can all be even. And you can see we got 340.3 watt hours per mile after 17.2 miles of driving. One thing I forgot to show, here you can see the weights they put in there to balance the tires. That's a lot of them. Look how many they had to put in there to balance the weight. I think they had to do that on all of them. So this one, where are they here? See that? Put so many of those in there. And the other side, I think they did that to all of them. Let's see, yep, same thing. They put that whole strip there. This one. Does that mean the tires are unbalanced from factory or the wheels are unbalanced from factory? Look at that. So many weights on there. All right, see you guys later. All right, trying to drive super efficient, 2.9 miles later, 356.8 watt hours per mile. All right, driving more efficient, as you can see, 338.7 watt hours per mile, and yeah, in 15.9 miles. And then you can see the total with all the other stuff, 388.2.